Hi, it's Mark Bosser from Top Local Lead Generation. We're here talking about building inspection with David Fairbairn from Fairbairn Inspections in Vancouver. How are you doing today, David?
Hey, I'm doing great, Mark. How you doing?
I'm good. As you can see, I've got a little bit of sun this morning. I was doing some building inspection on my home. Well, building repairs, I guess. So we're going to talk about condo inspection today. So what's the difference? What's included in a condo inspection when you do it here in BC?
So what we do with our condo inspections, they're very similar to a home inspection, Mark. We're going to concentrate on the same things that are going to be important to the person moving into the property. So one of those is, you're going to test all the components of the house, just like you would, like your heating system, your plumbing system, your bathrooms, your kitchen. One of the things that we do a little bit differently that not all home inspection companies do is test appliances. And that's with all our home inspections, testing the stove, the carburetor, dishwasher, you even can do the microwave oven. So these are the kind of things we're looking at, especially in a condo. And we're going to inspect the areas that surround the unit, like for instance, if you have a balcony, if you've got a rooftop deck, any of these limited common areas. I've actually ran into a couple condos where there's an attic. You don't see it a lot. There's actually a couple down at Burnaby, and they actually have full attic space. You can open up the attic, and it runs all the way down the length of the condo. And of course, that's part of the inspection. So everything that we can get our hands on, more we can learn about the condo, the better for you.
So do you like flush the toilet and fill up run water into the tub and the sinks and those
Yeah,
sorts of things as
absolutely.
well?
Absolutely, yeah. We test what we call functional drainage and functional flow, especially when you're on the 32nd floor of a high-rise building. We want to make sure that your water pressure and your hot water is going to be available. So when you move in there, that first shower, you're not calling me and cursing my name. So this is the kind of stuff that we want to make sure. We're in the business of surprise mitigation. We want to make sure there's no surprises when you move in.
So what about common areas like parking garages and the outside drainage of the building or the building envelope, those kinds of things, since we've had all those leaky condos here in BC?
Exactly, yeah. And our condo inspection includes all the common areas. So that's your roof, parkade, your boiler room, your electrical vaults, your elevator room. Myself, I'm a commercial certified inspector, so I do commercial building inspections as well. I know what I'm looking at with these large buildings, and if we can get access to those areas from the strata, and not always, sometimes they'll say, okay, well, we can't let you in there right now, or we can't get you on the roof due to liability reasons. That's fine, but if we can get access, then we always want to have a look at it. I also like to go to the storage areas and the parking stalls to make sure there's no moisture problems down there, because that's the kind of thing that you may not find out about until you move in. So if you got a huge oil stain in your parkade and the strata's going to fine you, or there's a leak above your car, this kind of stuff we want to find out ahead of time.
Yeah. So how about strata minutes and that sort of thing? Are you checking into those?
Yeah, as part of the condo inspection, I include a free strata minute review. It's just if you have an engineering report or a depreciation report or anything like that, and you may read through it and you have maybe there's a red flag in there and you don't know what it means. I speak English and I speak strata, so I can I can translate it for you and go through and help you out with that. Obviously, time permitting, the sooner you can send it, the better. I always prefer if you can send it ahead of the inspection. But absolutely, yeah, that's something I do on a regular basis.
So I guess that's where you might see things like, depending on there's all sorts of and types of stratas. Like we lived in a strata for a while where they were like duplexes essentially, and there was only 12 units or 16 units in the complex, but there was a budget and a time frame where we had to replace the roofs for all the 16 units.
It's a big job.
So that, but it's in the strata minutes of, well, we're at year 10 and at year 20 we're replacing all the roofs and here's the budget number. So are you looking for those sorts of things as well, like kind of ongoing maintenance or surprises?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you pretty much hit it on the head. I mean, a roof assessment, we can pretty much assume that in every building's life, every 20 to 25 years, they're going to put a new roof on. So we want to know how old the roof is, and if you just have your strata minutes, there might be a mention in there. Okay, you know what? We had a leak from the roof, and that might kick off a roof replacement. You don't know that. So if you can get your hands on a depreciation report, like you're saying, where it's actually broken down by year. Okay, you know what? In 2018, we're actually going to put a new roof on. Let's start saving now. That's usually a good sign, actually. That shows that you've got a proactive strata. If you've got a reactive strata, they're going to panic in 2018 and put out a huge levy on everybody because they weren't prepared, right? So that's the kind of stuff we're looking at, and the strata minutes and the engineer's reports is where that's going to turn up. So obviously we're going to do our visual inspection, but you want to go behind the scenes and find out what the plans are.
So what's the best way to make sure I don't buy a leaky condo?
There's two ways to do that, and you're going to want to do this, with every, even just looking around at different condos. You're going to want to enlist a trained person who knows what to look for. That's a home inspector, a realtor who has experience with that, and you're going to want to get your strata minutes and your engineering reports. These are the kind of things that are going to help you determine if there's a leaky condo problem. So get it inspected every single time. Get an inspector who's familiar with commercial building construction and who's familiar with leaky condo and envelope issues, who can maybe point out, hey, you know what, there might be a problem here. Why don't you go look at your strata minutes and your depreciation part, have a look at it, see if there's any talk of maybe redoing one of the elevations. That can be pretty expensive. So that's probably the best way, is to surround yourself with people who are familiar with that type of building, and to read your minutes, read all your strata minutes, every single line, everything you can get. Sometimes they'll give you 2 years. Get more if you can. Look through everything, because you never know what's hiding in there, and it's going to be a huge financial difference for you, possibly, right?
So what would, let's talk about that. Maybe not everyone's familiar with what the whole, because it's kind of died down a little bit. So what's the ramification if you buy a place that they find that it's leaky, and what are we saying? What do we mean by leaky? And then what are the ramifications? What could they be as big as, say, financially?
Yeah, good question. I should elaborate on the leaky condo crisis. There was a problem that lasted from about 1982 to 1998 in Vancouver, where we built buildings that leaked, and they had huge moisture problems. A lot of them were designed similar to the buildings they had in California, where there was a lot of, you had a lot of interfaces, usually like a California-style stucco, low-rise, 4-story building with a flat roof, kind of looks like a cube with a bunch of stuff sticking outside of it. These are kind of risky buildings that they had really spectacular failure. They leaked. We had mold, we had structural rot in a lot of these buildings, and we were looking at multi-million-dollar repairs. And it's been a problem that only recently sort of tapered off around 2000. And prior to that, if you're looking at a condo, let's say you want to look at a condo that's built in '94, in the maybe the Fairview Slopes area, that was a bad area for them. You're definitely going to want to get your depreciation report, find out if there's a rain screen installed, which is the solution for a leaky condo, and also call around, call a home inspector, have it place inspected, ask a realtor. These are the kind of things that you need to do your homework on. Save a ton of money that way.
Awesome. And I guess in some cases it could be, you can throw out numbers like millions, but they could have, in some cases it was $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 per unit to get repaired.
I think the highest that I've ever had direct experience with was $120,000 per unit. In some cases, in Port Moody, there's a building that the strata went bankrupt. They became insolvent, and everyone just sort of left the building, walked away from the mortgage, and the bank bought it, did the work they needed to do, and then resold it, or they took it back. So go to Google. We've got a great article on our blog, how to identify a Vancouver leaky condo, and there's a lot of good information. If you go to fairbairninspections.com, there's a blog post on there that's going to show you exactly, what a rain screen looks like, why you need one, and if you educate yourself a little bit, you'll be able to walk down the street. You can actually go, okay, maybe that one's been rain screened. maybe that still needs it. So, if you can educate yourself on this issue, especially buying condo in the Vancouver area from that time period, you could dodge a bullet. So it's definitely, give me a call anytime. My number, I think I forgot to put that number on the screen there, but you can go to our website, click on email or phone number, and give me a call. I'm happy to help you out.
So we've been talking about condos and what's included in a condo inspection in Vancouver, BC, with David Fairbairn from fairbairninspections.com. You can reach him at 604-395-2795. Next time he'll turn his little ghost machine on, so he has his number on there. Thanks a lot, David.
Thanks, Mark. Talk to you today.
Okay, bye.